we're going to show you a few basics on softbait fishing. Softbait fishing has been a really awesome way of catching fish off the kayak. It's clean, no mess, always ready to go, you know, so convenient is definitely where it's at with softbaits. So, but they've proven to be a very effective way of catching fish. And off the kayak, we're in the stealth mode, so we can go around chucking these things around and basically hunt fish out without being detected. It's a real advantage. So anyway, to show you the techniques with soft baiting, first of all, to start with, when we're casting, we want to cast with only a small amount of line out the end, about half the rod length, if that. And basically, we don't need to worry about having a lot of line out to cast this. The secret with casting soft baits is to stay in touch with it. And when you cast, follow through with the cast. Keep the rod tip pointed down so that the line lays on the water. We've got a bit of wind around today, so, you know, even trickier. So you want to follow through with your rod and then keep that tip down on the water so that you can see that line. You're pointing in the direction where you've cast and you're counting in seconds. And that will give you an idea of when it's going to hit the bottom. We're in about 10.5 meters. So, you know, counting in 1AB, 2AB, 3AB, etc. will give you an idea when you get to the bottom. So we're letting it sink down now, and you can probably see this. The line's tight. It's on its way down. So we're watching closely to see for any little changes in that line, any disruptions, or the line just starts shooting forward. And we will strike at the fish. So the line's bowed up, we got to the bottom and nothing's grabbed it, so we're going to start working. And I didn't barely get to even work that soft bait before a fish hit it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so the technique for retrieving it is keep the rod tip pointed down, wind up the slack line, and then we're flicking the soft bait and jerking the rod to make it move around. So it's a technique of flick skyward, wind down the line again as we go, and then same deal. Lots of little flicks. A lot of people I've seen soft baiting over the years, especially I've taught a lot of people soft baiting, and the problem that we have is a lot of people, when they first start out, they'll lift the rod a few times to make a few twitches, and that's it. Give it lots of little jerks. Work the soft bait all the way back to the kayak, because sometimes fish can see the soft bait and by the time they reach it, it's below the kayak. Or sometimes a fish can be below the kayak or follow this bait all the way back and then basically see this soft bait on the bottom and decide it's out of here and basically will hit the soft bait. Working that soft bait definitely is doing the job. Oh, this is a good fish. This guy here has not really shown his true potential yet. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's keeping close to the bottom. We're going to make sure that hook's set into him because we want to bring this one up. This one has got some weight to it. This fish is definitely solid, and I don't have this fish yet, that's for sure. Taking a bit of line. You don't want to have too much drag on soft baits. You want to keep your drag set, you know, so that you've got enough that when you strike the fish, they basically you're setting the hook, but so that the fish can run. Here he is. Oh, great fish. I'm really happy with this guy. Came out of a school of heaps of them by the looks. Check that out. Great fish. Here it comes. Yeah, and this is what we've been after. You know, we're in 12 meters and this guy's still, you know, he's not ready to come up, so we just got to take our time with him, get him to come alongside the kayak. You don't want to be in a hurry to bring the fish on board, you know, and you don't want to put too much pressure on them. That's when you pull the hook out. Sometimes these guys can be hooked by the slightest amount in the corner of the mouth. This guy's a solid fish. There we go. Check that guy out. Woohoo! Finally, a decent snapper. That is a stonker, and you can see that he's hooked in the corner of the mouth there. I've lost my soft bait, but good trade really, isn't it? Nice eating size snapper. One of the coolest things that I like about soft baits is that they do get hooked in the corner of the mouth, and that allows you, if you want, especially with bigger fish, like this guy here is a good eater, you can actually let them go, you know, and that's one of the things I like. We're going to keep this guy though, but I love the fact that they get hooked in the corner of the mouth, and that's because you're in direct contact with them, and you can basically set the hook and strike straight away. And with the braid being non-stretch and everything like that, it allows you to basically, you know, set that hook them in the corner of the mouth, and you know, when you get a bigger one, you can let him go. Want more information, how-tos and articles on fishing, kayaking and more? Then head on over to the NZ Kayak Fishing Patreon channel and sign up for exclusive content only available through this channel. Oh, what a ripper of a fish it was!